going on, guys? Dan here. Time for another episode of First Bite. This is actually the first time that I'm talking to you here in 2021. At the end of 2020, you know, I usually post my videos on Fridays. Christmas and then New Year's fell on Fridays, consecutive weeks. And I just figured with everything going on, I don't know if I was get a lot of views on those videos if I had posted them on those days. Not that I get a lot of views on my videos anyway, but I digress. Figured I would just take a couple weeks off, especially because, you know, I had a couple of short weeks at work anyway, and I figured, why not just give myself a break? So I'd finished the 100 episodes just in time to take a little break, came back, and then the episode 101 that I posted, I had actually filmed couple months ago, I guess. So this is my first time actually talking to you in 2020. And I'm not even eating today. I'm doing kind of a special episode. I got some notes here on this card. There is a few, I wanted to recap, you know, I did 100 episodes. When I started this First Bite thing, for those of you that are new to this, that don't know the story, I had just started doing this just kind of for fun, just goofing off on my personal Facebook page. I got so many comments. People said, hey, post some videos on YouTube. And I just did it as a trial run. And the next thing I know, I've got 100 episodes. And I'm kind of proud of that. I mean, I'm not world famous. I'm not like a paid influencer or anything like that. But it's just cool to get to do something like that. I have to go back through the first 100 episodes, and I made a few notes. There's some scores that need to be changed. And I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to mark them off my list. I'm going to mark them off my list using my titanium pen from Big Idea Designs. Check these guys out. They're awesome. They make, you know, titanium and brass and stuff like that. They make pens, and they do some other stuff. Your quote-unquote EDC items, or everyday carry. You know, your essentials, your pen, your wallet, your watch, you know, the stuff that you have to carry every day. They kind of focus on a few of those things. Pens is their big thing. I love this titanium pen. They even do some collaborations, like they did a collaboration with Pete's Pirate Life for this pen right here. So, you know, I'm showing these to you guys. This is not a sponsored video, but I love these pens, and maybe we can work out a collaboration with Big Idea Designs. That would be awesome. Maybe they'll let, you know, me design my own pen, which would be awesome. So show these guys some love. I'm going to rate this pen. It's always a 10 out of 10. Always a 10 out of 10. Big Idea Designs. Unless somebody else comes along and wants to actually sponsor a video and pay me money, then they'll be a 10 out of 10. But right now, this is my favorite pen. So check these guys out. Big Idea Designs. They are awesome. Anyway, all the way back to episode 2, Brandon Pizzeria. They don't even exist anymore. The spot where Brandon Pizzeria used to be, actually, if you go way back, if you've been in Brandon for a while, this is the original La Septima location, right there on Parsons. I didn't like Brandon Pizzeria. I gave it a 3.8 when I reviewed it in episode 2. To be fair, it was a little better than that. It's a 4.3. So, you know, I'm not going to go back and redo all of these old videos. The score in those videos technically still stands, but if you're watching this video, just kind of take this as a little, you know. So 3.8 goes to 4.3. Yeah, Brandon Pizza was a little better than I gave it credit for. I did have one slice after I reviewed that video. Episode 21. Mangia Benny in Ybor City. This was a weird one because when I was filming that video, if you remember the video, go back and watch it if you don't remember. As I was talking, when we were doing the first part of the video, I gave the pizza a 5.7. I had only taken like 1 or 2 bites of the pizza. As I'm walking away, we turned the camera off. Liz and I kept eating our slices. I turned the camera back on when we got in the car. Why? Because after I had turned the camera off, like my first couple bites were pretty decent. The next bite I took after I turned the camera off was like nasty and cold and doughy. When I revised my score in the car, I dropped it from a 5.7 to a 4.6. Yikes. I'm dropping the score again. It was actually even worse than that. 3.1. Double yikes. Not good. I would not recommend Mangia Benny in Ybor City. Episode 35. This was when I was in Indiana. Boomba's Pizza. Food Network rated this the best pizza in America. That's the best you got, Food Network? That's the best you got? Why am I not on Food Network getting paid to do real reviews? Boomba's? It was okay. I must have been insanely hungry. I had been in the car for like 16 hours that day. I was in my hotel. I was tired. I wanted to eat. Boomba's, I gave it an 8.0, not an 8.0. Wasn't too much lower than that because it was decent pizza. But I mean, no. Boomba's, 7.6 on that pizza. I had actually wrote 7.8 in my notes, and the more I've been thinking about it, literally right now as I'm talking to the camera, 7.6 is the score that we're going to go with for Boomba's Pizza. Episode 64, Danny's All-American Diner. This was had been featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. All the food in that video, I'm going to stay with the same score, but I had done a bonus drink review in there. And I gave the drink a 7.8, and I felt so bad about it. The drink was actually about a half a point better than I gave it credit for. So I'm going to take the drink and go from 7.8 to 8.3. That's what we're doing. Episode number 75, Revolution Ice Cream. It's good ice cream, but I mean, I've definitely had better. I gave it a 9.3. That was too high. It was definitely too high. And I think I gave it a 9.3 more just because of the fact that they have like really, really unique flavors. They kind of rotate in and out. And I think I got caught up in the uniqueness of the flavor. But the ice cream as a whole, I mean, it was a 9.3. It's an 8.6. That's what it is. This is the most controversial of all. Episode 83, because I made a really big deal out of Brandon Burgers. I went down there for their grand opening, dressed up, put a suit and tie on, made a big deal out of the review. The Brandon Burgers is where the Five Guys used to be on Highway 60. This was an independently owned and operated location. Their contract with Five Guys had run out. So instead of renewing the contract, they decided to go out on their own. So they're Brandon Burgers. I gave them a 9.0. I gave them a 9.0. I always say, like, my standard for Five Guys is an 8.5. Five Guys is always an automatic 8.5. And there's a part of me that feels bad about giving a chain restaurant such a high score. But Five Guys, come on. It's so good. It's not chain like fast food like McDonald's chain. I mean, you know Five Guys. This is a good burger. It's a really good burger. It's an automatic 8.5 for me every time. I gave Brandon Burgers a 9.0. I've been there a couple times since then. It's a good burger. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to tell anybody not to go to Brandon Burgers. I myself will go back to Brandon Burgers. But I had to reevaluate. Did I really like it as much as Five Guys? Did I really like the fries as much as Five Guys? My answer is no. That 9.0... it's an 8.3. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I got to keep the game honest. I literally went back and looked at every one of my videos, and I felt pretty good. But these were the few that stuck out that I had to revisit and say, you know what? Going into 2021, let me just give you some updates. Anyway, that's it. That's our update, and I've got some more content coming for you guys. Try to keep it fresh, try to keep it real here in 2021. Turn out some more good content for you. That's it. Deuces. Dan is out. It's been another episode of First Bite.